Maddie's theme song is perfection. But in all honesty, you know who you sing like? It reminds me of Brian Kim when he does his little songs.
Oh my God.
Because neither one of you are taking yourself seriously, and you're singing in a different tone than you talk. It's hilarious, man. What's up, guys? I ain't even got the comments turned on.
Yo.
Yeah. We ain't got many in here yet.
I
always start out slow.
I came on to bullshit with Shane.
Yeah, we
forgot that he's doing a live stream.
Yeah, we were just in the back shooting the shit. I realized it was time. Just left Justin's. OCD for KFC.
OCD for KFC. I love that he laughed at that when I met up with him. He was walking with Stasa this year at the show, and I was talking to Stasa, and Justin come up. I'm like, OCD for KFC, what up? He's like, dude, that gets me every time, man.
Yeah, so he does have a really good sense of humor.
Yeah,
he's been really, really cool. In all actuality, Molly has been really cool to me. When all that shit started with Ian timing me out on their live stream for using caps, and it pissed her off. She was going to give away that leather strap, so she just gave it to me because Ian did that. But she's all the time sending me shit. Most of it's joking. But yeah, she's been great to me, man. I know she's not everybody's cup of tea, and she knows that.
Yeah, I don't think she seems very secure with herself. So
yeah.
From the interactions I've had with her personally, I can vouch for the fact that that's a woman that has zero fucks to give.
Right. Well, and it's odd, since I brought up the cap slots thing, I want to say this. I kept getting tickled about people adding emotion to my text because they're in caps lock, and I think that's silly. Yet I have found myself doing it.
Of course.
When Terry types in all caps, I can just see him.
Yeah.
And he commented tonight because Justin was looking at the Spyderco website, and it had descriptions of blades and whatever their example for a Wharncliffe was. He said was incorrect, and Terry caps lock's like, it is absolutely correct. So I started a back and forth with him. I'm sure he knows I was just. I don't really know, but since you're on here, I think it was. Oh shit, Steve! I forgot his name. Thrasher.
Brandon Thrasher
do a video on the definition of Wharncliffe and sheepfoot.
I think so. Yes.
Now, I'm not saying Thrasher's the resident expert, but the way he presented it, I felt like he must have done his research. It seemed very well researched. And from what he explained, maybe Justin was correct. But it's weird how, of all the things we have to argue about, that's the one subject that it's never seemed to have been resolved. Like, what is the definition of a Wharncliffe? Because that thing has nothing to do with the blade. He said that a sheepfoot blade, this is a horrible example, but I don't have anything else laying around. But he said that a sheepfoot blade comes out almost all the way to the tip and then turns down. And a Wharncliffe gradually drops towards the tip and then turns down. So see, that one's straight across. I guess that he was saying that would be a sheepfoot.
That is what I think of a sheep's foot.
Right. So if it was a Wharncliffe, that little 45 right there would go back to at least half the blade length. Or well, not
more like a
I hate to use the Yo Jumbo because
close your eyes, one moon, or like that.
Yeah. Like he's saying that the Wharncliffe slant has more of an acute angle to it and comes back further. So that's a Wharncliffe. That's a sheepfoot, according to him. But I still don't know. I still don't know the exact answer. I'd like to.
But then you get You know, like they want to come up with like modified,
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta
everything.
throw that out, though.
Because like that is what I almost consider that more of a sheep's foot, you know.
I do too. I think that's, to me, that's a perfect example of a sheep's foot.
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm right, but
There's the horn.
yeah, that's so funny, dude. Mark messaged me right after that live stream. He's like, I
Dude,
need
I'm
to
so
know that.
stoked about it. So happy. How you guys doing tonight?
They're good.
Good.
You
I
see my
just came
brand,
on just to keep him company till you were
you
here.
see my brand new butter yellow?
Heck yeah.
Very buttery, dude. I can see that just glopped right on top of a ribeye with some herbs on it.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes you look like a total bell end.
A total felon.
Bell end,
Bell end.
dickhead.
Oh, that's my fucking reservoir tip, bitch.
I will say that some people can pull off toboggans with slack in the top. I cannot. If I put on a toboggan and it's not touching my head, it looks so stupid. I guess because my head's so big. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's new. Once it breaks in, it'll just kind of flop over.
Yeah, I can't pull that off, man. If I buy a toboggan, I have to buy one that just comes down to here and fits snug on top of my head.
A toboggan. I've never heard a hat called a toboggan.
I was gonna say I've never.
Isn't that like a sled?
It really is. But
That's got to be an Alabama thing.
it is. Since
Like
I was
that's
a
not-
child, that they've called those toboggans.
Now a toque.
I didn't learn the word
Beanie
beanie
does.
until just a few years ago. I'd never heard anybody call them a beanie. What do you guys call that, Donnie?
Yeah, beanie, stocking cap. Beanies are usually like smaller, and the stocking cap, knitted hat. I don't know.
Yeah, beanies are what I like to wear.
North of the border, they call that a toque.
Really?
Oh, all right. All right.
The
My
Canadians
whole
call that a
childhood, every adult I've ever, and when it was
I
cold
see y'all
outside,
saying, "Hi, what's up, everybody?"
they'd be like, grab your toboggan, pull it on.
"Huh."
toque. Interesting.
I love that age where we used to have to wait on the bus in the freezing cold. So we actually had those that just had the eye holes in them. Should be out there freezing to death waiting on that bus.
Stevie's got horns. You just can't see them.
I have them poked back down for now. But hey, I'm gonna hop off, let you two do your thing, and I'll be in the chat.
We'll see, buddy.
Neighbors.
So, Donnie, I was talking to Stevie. I was hoping the chat would join in. Maybe they did, and I missed some of it. But the age-old argument of nothing worse than unannounced beanies.
That's right.
The age-old argument of
Wait, no, the
what
other
is
way.
a Warncliffe and what is a sheepfoot came up again tonight.
Oh man, that's like so borderline.
Yeah, I don't.
To me,
know.
usually a sheep's foot's got like a rounded top, and a Warncliffe usually has a more angled top.
Yeah, I think that would be most people's definition. But
I mean, there's still a straight fucking blade.
Brandon Thrasher did a video on it one time, and it seemed really well researched.
All right.
And he said that where most people make a mistake is that if it has a straight edge, they consider it a Warncliffe. According to him, the edge has nothing to do. The edge can have, a little turn up at the end.
Sweep to it or whatever.
He said it has to do with how far out the spine is flat before it drops off. He said if it comes way out and drops off right at the end, that's a sheep's foot because you didn't want a sharp point digging in sheep's hooves. And a Warncliffe, that angle comes way further back to the spine. And with that being said, I don't think Terry's in here, but I just proved Terry right because I argued with him just to joke. But
right, sheep have soft parts. I love it.
I guess I need to get my. Oh shit!
Oh shit! What?
I have my glasses again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there they are. I won't have to grab them because I can't see the chat. Does this guy even have a horn? He does indeed have a horn.
That's good, y'all.
I had some knife stuff I wanted to talk about.
What?
Get some opinion on.
What?
You can post something on Instagram and all your buddies will like it. but that don't mean they like it. You know what I
for
mean?
sure. No, I feel you.
But I just had this idea. Kyle and I both are big fans of Cam on the Blacktail Studios channel. He does a lot of those epoxy river tables. He does really expensive work. And watching that, I was thinking, man, I wonder if I could do that with a knife scale. So I had some really expensive, really good Brazilian hardwood, and I just took a Dremel and I dremeled out just a random. That's nothing, guys. Just a random pattern.
Yeah.
And then backfilled it with epoxy and sanded it flat. This is the first one. I now realize that what I should have done is left the entire wood block and run some of this off the edge. It'd be more realistic looking. But I've got a couple more I'm doing now. But
I mean, it's pretty funky. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any interest in it, but I think because it was something I was interested in, I don't know if you can tell, but Donnie, you've held some of my knives previously. It definitely motivated me to do a much better job on my handle refinement.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the best handles I've done yet. And if you're wondering if there's no pins, there's actually a hole here for a pin and a hole here for a pin. So what I did is I epoxied the first scale on, I taped it, laid it flat, poured the epoxy on one side. So the epoxy actually flows through that hole and then ran and filled all this area in. So literally this epoxy is all one piece and travels all the way through the knife. If you're wondering why I haven't showed the other side, it's because I haven't finished it yet. So
all right.
There is a void there.
That's pretty funky, dude.
Yeah, it was just something cool to try.
Yeah, man.
I've got 4 or 5 knives I've done this way. I did the other ones in blue. I think the blue will contrast with that brown more.
For sure.
I'm hoping people like it and want some handle scales done that way. If not, it's no big deal. I've got some prepper trade show stuff that I'm going to go to, and I'll just do those like that. But I think it's a great idea for my. I've only made 4. Don't get me wrong, but
sure.
I did all my kitchen knives this way. I think it'll make an interesting kitchen knife.
All right. Yeah, man. Try new shit. That's what's up.
And I was really happy with my blast.
That looks clean.
Yeah. I like the shiny, just belt satin, but man, it's never consistent. Like there's always a little dark spot or
Yeah.
I like the fact that it cleaned that whole blade up. And forgive me for saying this, but I feel like it gave it a more production look.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me kind of Hogue's finish.
Most definitely.
So I did several Nitro V blades that way. I didn't do everything that way. But I agree. Sometimes the pins can make the fixed blade.
Nah, not for me. Fuck that. I'd rather have removable hardware.
Well, I'll be completely honest. As far as the removable hardware goes, I attempted it and ruined 3 sets of scales.
I was just talking about a personal aesthetic thing, like.
Yeah.
I got one right here. I made. It's got pins in it. I know.
I wish I'm gonna need some training with removable hardware is what I'm getting at, and probably some different equipment that I don't have. I won't be supporting.
Donna, what up? Cheers.
I won't be supporting Shane because he probably voted for Taylor Swift when we all know Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. That's hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Removable hardware, 100% preferred. I agree, Todd, and I know I have to. I've got a bunch of it, but when you're not dealing with, exclude Donnie because he don't count, but when you're not dealing with wire EDM cut blanks and laser cut scales and thicknesses that to the thousandths what they are ahead of time and all that, it's not as easy. Well, it's not as easy for me as you think it would be. I really struggled with it, man, because figuring out exactly how long your barrel needed to be, and then exactly how deep your countersink needed to be so that hardware sucks down inside the scale material, and making that happen without chipping the countersink or getting it, not straight. I really struggled with it. So for right now, I'm doing pins or just the epoxy flow through, because this knife probably has 12 holes in it where that epoxy just runs back and forth. I would challenge that it's extremely strong. Change the Swifty and block him on all social media. I'm not a Swifty. Probably an unpopular opinion, but I'm proud for her. I mean, she was a teenage girl that had a dream, and by God, she made it. Whether, I don't care for the music, but hold that blade up again. Really like the shape and finish. Looks good. Yeah, this was actually a prototype that kind of failed what I was trying to do, and I was going to scrap it. And I showed the blank one night, and
Dr. Drew
and Ryan Shear wanted it, so I let him buy it at a very good price.
Matt, what up, dude?
Not like she writes any of her own music. I think she started out. I don't know, Ryan. You may be right. I don't know. I think I was of the understanding in the beginning that she did.
Donna, what are you going to AZ for?
And in case
5-door, what up, dude?
It does have a Benchmade Contigo vibe, and I like that about it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
5-door. Oh, you can't chat. Well, what up? We see you.
I don't know what's been wrong with me today, dude. I've been thirsty all day.
What, your new daughter? What does that even mean?
Donna said she likes Taylor Swift's music. I've heard some of it. I mean, it's catchy. It's not my style, but I don't hate on people
Terry, what up?
for what music they like. It is what it is. Very apparent that millions and millions of people do like it. And I know Donnie doesn't want to talk too much about this. I talked about it on Stevie's the other night. I'm going to cover it. It's going to take about 2 minutes, and I'm going to let it lie after this. But I've had a couple of people message me wanting to know, what's up with Grumpy Grunt saying, he wouldn't be supporting me. And I wish he hadn't done that publicly, because I wasn't going to talk about it. But now it's like, well, is he trustworthy? Is he a thief? What? People don't know why he would say that. So I'll just put it out there. We have been friendly at least for a long time, never had an issue. I still don't have an issue with it. But on election day, he posted something about the next 4 years of division, whatever. And I commented and said, man, it doesn't have to be that way. We can choose to be friendly and love one another regardless of our political beliefs, blah, blah, blah. His response was, to cuss and blame it all on me that Orange Man was in office. Jokes on him. I didn't vote for Orange Man. But anyway.
Donna, you bought a kid or what?
Huh?
Nothing, sorry.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. So I thought, well, man, he's just passionate right now. I'll leave it be. And so I did. I didn't say anything. I didn't retaliate. I was just gonna let him calm down. I've even, if you're in there regularly, you've seen me stop by and say hey. And so I was just really shocked that he said that publicly, and I just wanted to explain what happened, because I don't want anybody questioning whether or not he knows something about me that makes me untrustworthy. That's absolutely not the case. But anyway, yeah, that's all it's about. And there's
Donna, I don't kink shame. It's cool, man.
There's no beef. I don't care if he dislikes me because his candidate lost. That's his loss. So anyway, end of that story. We'll move on. Mama bought a 34-year-old.
That's what's up.
I thought we banned that a long time ago.
I mean, not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
Nice, Donna. Get it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't kink shame.
You know what? Oh, you don't kink shame? No, I don't either.
Hey man, if anybody's got a politician that they can get upset about, you can go fuck off. You can go cuck for him somewhere else.
Yeah, man, it doesn't affect our lives enough for us to not like each other.
Kind of does, but that's a different topic.
But yeah, but
it's never the time. But when is the time?
Donna said, "No, I prefer dick." She's in the right live stream, isn't she? she just typed that shit out right there on the screen. That's funny.
That's why I like Donna.
Yeah. Maybe that's really funny that you remember that. Really funny, in all actuality. And just for the record, I was 100% right about that. I've learned it myself. I've talked to many makers. It doesn't make a difference. But it did cause me to research why they do that. And when you find out that it's because heat treat standards are set by heat treat companies. The knife company doesn't have enough pull to decide what the standard HRC on S35VN is. Peters does.
You're talking about two different things, man. You're talking about standard of heat treating, and you're talking about industry standard for having things heat treated.
Right.
That's two different things.
Oh, I know. And that's why it will always be true that you can get a better heat treat from Donnie than you can from Hogue. Because Donnie is going to heat treat that one blade for that customer's purpose and what they want out of it. So that's how you get what you want, is buying a knife that was custom heat treated.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with like batch and like the way they do it on a large scale. You know, that's you can't really do it any better than that when you're doing a couple thousand blades. You know.
Yeah, and the honest truth is that none of us want to admit is that the majority of us would never know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're not. Even if we are cutting a lot of stuff all day, every day, the majority of us aren't recording it. You know, I don't know if you just saw. I was wondering why participation is low. Metal Complex is live.
Dude, I got two knives I made. I don't even know what the fuck they're made out of. For all I know, they're the same or totally different steels. I have no idea.
Right.
You know? Don't know how hard they are. They both work great. I don't know.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I was fixing to bring that up. Super Steel Steve did a video yesterday, Donnie, where
I try to watch it. I like Super Steel Steve and like a lot of what he talks about, but like
because he does things like that. That has always been his niche, was testing and researching, and I think that led to him being a great knife maker. But you know, that's how the majority of us know him, is from back in the day when he was testing all this shit. But part of the video was his CPM D2 within 10 feet cut as much as Spyderco's M4.
Yep.
But his D2 is at 64 HRC.
Yep.
And it almost seemed planned. I'm not saying it was, but it almost felt planned, though, that at the same time, Outdoors 55 released a video talking about toughness and how it has literally nothing to do with the heat treatment.
Really?
He took a blade
I'm gonna wipe this off.
that he knows was poor heat treated. He heat treated it. There's a piece of 1084 that he quenched at 1800 degrees for 40 minutes. He baked the carbon clean out of it and proved that even that poorly heat treated blade at a 30-degree angle, he hammered it through a nail with no damage. You know, It was odd that both those videos came out at the same time, because they're very telling of what we think we know, and the majority of us really don't.
Yeah. Mimo, I am for sure going to smoke this whole blunt, buddy.
Drizzy, I was thinking the same thing. If you guys don't think that Metal Complex went live on my schedule out of spite, well, you probably didn't. You don't give a shit about me.
Dr. Do, he don't want the smoke. That's right.
I don't trust artisan on anything.
You don't trust artisans? Damn, Kyle, that's pretty fucked up.
Apparently, Artisan came up with a new steel. I don't know about all that.
Well, I have no idea.
It's like me and Kyle were picking at each other earlier about Spyderco's Spy 27. And from what hearing Eric Glesser talk about it, they just went to
Fair, Kyle.
and had them slightly tweak.
I barely talk on Sundays anyway.
They slightly tweaked the CPM S45 VN so that they could patent the name Spy 27. It's supposed to be the same shit. So I don't know.
What are you guys in the chat talking about being powdered or not this time?
They're talking about because that ARR PM9, they advertise it as powder metallurgy.
Oh.
And it wasn't technically powder metallurgy. It was.
I got it.
Spray form powder metallurgy. I don't know.
Johnny, yeah, that dude makes nice ass knives. Not me, the first dude. Well, I mean, I make pretty cool knives, I guess.
Yeah, or sure, that's exactly what they did. They renamed. I mean, they literally could have walked up and dropped one extra granule of chromium in there, just literally one, and renamed it, and now that's.
Stevie, I was burning with you this morning, bro. I saw. These are those fancy ones I was telling you about. These are.
I agree with you. I think the arguing point to Spy 27 though, and you said it fast, and I didn't argue it because you're completely right. It was unnecessary. It was as unnecessary as Microtech's M390.
Homer, who's Linus? From fucking Charlie Brown. Who the fuck is Linus?
Yeah, Larry did a video on ARR PM9.
Yeah, Donna, that dude's a boss. For sure.
And here's another thing. Why does Artisan need AR S7?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah.
Is it going to do something special? Because I guarantee you that the end user result is going to be really close to something that already exists. I agree, Kyle. It was dumb that they put that much time, money, anything else into creating a steel that we didn't really need. They could have just stuck with S35 or S45 and nobody would have cared. Now, I'll say this, if they created that steel and it's equal to S35 like you're saying it is, but you can buy a pair of three for $15 cheaper than that, then it serves a purpose. If it provides them with a lower price on the same knife, then maybe it does have a purpose. But if it's the same price, it's even more dumb. So I think it's no. Yeah.
So Stan Wilson's a fucking, boss, obviously. Abby Leon. I don't know who that is. I'll have to check him out.
Todd Card, you say that in between 154 CM and CPM 154, I've heard due to competition and process haven't had any hands on it. Well, but that's a very broad statement too, though, Todd, because who's CPM 154? I don't know why he didn't do a video on it. I misquoted it when I told Kyle. I told him it was S35. It was not. It was 154. But Steve and another maker have been working with 154, and they've actually got 154 that outcut Spyderco's Seki City, Japan K390.
Todd, I've worked both, and I'd rather use the CPM shit.
Yeah.
And Matt, that's not. It doesn't read wrong at all, man. I don't use much of that shit. A, because I can't fucking afford it, and B, mostly because it's just not my jam. I do it when it's requested, you know what I mean? But I'm not into fancy shit, man. Give me a fucking. I'm kind of like Sawtooth Dave, but I don't want a bruiser. I just want a fucking user, you know?
Yeah.
But I will be building fancier shit as time goes. So.
Right. He's talking about fancier as in.
Like materials. And
holsters.
shit.
Yeah, he's not. Because, I mean, you're already using high-end steels.
Yeah, high-end steel. Yeah, but my handle materials are usually pretty basic. Sometimes I use vintage micarta shit.
Donnie, I'm 100% with you there, dude. As far as Tom Maskus and I could care less about any of that shit.
Me too, man. I don't give a shit.
Especially knowing that it's going to get dingy and less attractive over time, even if it's just sitting in a drawer.
Yeah, dude,
Because
my
it's an
Fenware has fucking time askus on it,
It's
and
a-
it looks like
yeah.
shit right now because I don't care.
Yeah, it's an oxidation layer. It's not even a real thing. It's not even permanent. So I
Right.
really could care less.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that was funny. Kyle even called Steve on that 154 that I had because, and Sawtooth Dave called me. I wish he had touched on it only for personal reasons, but
Kyle, what was it at? It's like 64 or something.
yeah. When he did, the only person who has any in the community, I think, are Ed Harrison and Paul Mills. They have some of that 64 HRC 154.
Yeah, man, I'm not even a big fan of Damascus even.
But if you guys watch Sawtooth's video and he was talking about the reason Sawtooth knew his heat treat was off was because he ground my knives. He called me and he was like, "Hey, bro, I don't know what's going on, but I don't think my steel's hard enough." And I was like, "Why do you not think it's hard enough?" He's like, "Because I just ground your knives and they're not even close to the same." He's like, "This is literally the hardest shit I've ever ground." I was like, I don't know, but he sent it up off to Billy, and it was a couple of points low, due to his oven inaccuracy.
Sure.
Not his heat treat oven, his home oven.
Right.
But and maybe that sounds childish, but that made me feel good that that my HRC was high enough that he noticed such a difference that he had his tested.
Yeah, man.
And once
that's
again,
that's why I test every goddamn thing I make.
right.
Eminem, yeah, like I would buy fancy ones if I had the cash. I'm just like not necessarily personally, into it. So
Yeah.
usually, there's exceptions.
Yeah.
Like Black Snow, anything that dude makes is always fancy, and I want one of his knives bad.
It may have been close to 66, Kyle. Because I did.
Highest I've ever done was 64.
It's hard for me to come out and say I made a mistake, but technically I did. I was mistaken about the temperature. So
Jeffrey Dawson, most people's ovens are off a lot, bud.
yeah, your home oven is.
Yeah, dude. Or your toaster oven. None of them are doing what it says it's doing, man.
I haven't found one that's close. When I did mine,
Not one of them.
I turned
Unless you spent like $10K on it.
I turned my oven on 300 degrees, let it sit there for an hour, went in there and checked it, and it was about 350. And with the steel I was doing, that was going to lower me by a point or more. So I learned I had to set my oven at about 275. The racks, the air temperature, the steel temperature, everything in there is at 300. And that's nothing. I mean, that was Dave's very first heat treat. He didn't know he needed to check that. Now he knows.
Yeah. That's learning. That's how we all do it,
Yeah. Jeffrey, you'd be shocked. I bet yours is at least 50 degrees off. The thing you have to remember, too, is that an oven for cooking food, it ramps up the heat early to get the air temperature inside the oven where you're wanting it. It may be putting out 600 degree air, trying to reach 300. So that's why I wouldn't dare put my knives in, turn my oven on, and hit go. Because
I make sure I turn mine on like 3 hours before I want to use it and make sure that motherfucker don't fucking move. I use a digital probe thermometer, so the probe's inside, and then I got a digital readout on the outside.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, you're 100% right. Like where I measured mine is right at the very front of the top rack. It can be completely different in the back, but I don't use the back because I know that that's the spot that I can achieve.
For sure. I got 2 probes.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's just using the oven is a terrible idea. Ideally, you would have 2 kilns, one for heat treating and one for tempering.
Right.
The problem is when we're like us, you can't use your fucking heat treating oven to temper because it doesn't cool down fast enough.
Right.
By the time you need a temper, it's still like 800 fucking degrees.
And tell me, you would think, well, just open the door and let it cool down. The very first thing I read about my oven when I got it was to not leave the door open when it's hot. I mean, you can open the door to get the knife out, but you shut it immediately.
Yeah, you
I
always
guess cold air can hit that element and shatter it. So,
Yeah.
you can't just leave the door open and let it cool off quick.
No, I fucked up once. I put a fan on it when I first got it. I don't think that was any. I didn't think that was good for it. It wore it out, I think, fast.
Yeah, the good thing is you can buy the cheaper low temp ovens that are very precise at low temperatures, and they don't cost. It's still several $100s, but they don't cost near as much.
Mimo, that's fucking outrageous. I could see like an extra like $20, but that's fucked up.
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
That's fucking because the piece of steel is only an extra fucking like $10, $20 tops, and from S35VN it's probably only like $7 more.
Right. Yeah, I mean there are steels too that you go back to that argument about production cost of not the cost of the steel, but the cost of turning it into a knife. Like I will probably never buy any more M4 just because of the triple temp cycle. You have to do it 3 times instead of twice. That's more time on my hands, and it's high temp. So I have to wait an entire day. I have to wait an entire day, for my oven to be room temp so that I can get it to 1,000 just to do a temper.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to use any more M4.
Yeah, there's reasons why. Like I won't use S90V anymore because, well, it took me fucking way too long to work by hand. Right. So I just can't use that shit till I get a surface grinder.
Yeah. What's up, DH? How you doing, buddy?
DH. What up? Oh, and Cheeto, what up? My bad, dude. I read your shit and I'm like, yeah, what up? But like, I didn't say it.
Meathead, I blasted that
knife. Smoking a blunt.
I blasted that knife in your cabinet at Matt's house today.
Meathead, what up, dude? I don't know you, but what up? I mean, I do know you through him.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you. I feel like I've had beers with you, though we have not. Cheers, bud.
You're maybe having a beer with him right now, in all honesty.
I've definitely been having beers while you were live and he was hanging out in your shop having beers or in his shop having beers.
Yeah, Aiden, after you heat treat him you have to run 3 2-hour temper cycles at 1,000 degrees. So it is more expensive to process, and then it does take longer to grind. Yeah. I mean, I went to Matt's, got to hang out with Matt for a little while, and Carson was losing his mind because Epic Games lost $100 worth of his Fortnite skins. If you have children or grandchildren 9, 10 years old, that is the end of the world if they lost their Fortnite skins. Because now Carson can't play Fortnite as Godzilla. And Carson, so you can imagine how mad he is that he can't play as Godzilla.
I mean, I'd be pissed too. I love Godzilla.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, he spent about $100 on these skins. Dude, I thought you swallowed that. Holy shit!
No, it stuck to my lip.
Yeah.
It's pretty much done though.
Yeah, that Camara's slick. That Camara's slick as glass.
All right, BMO, I'm calling it. That's pretty much gone, bro. That's just cherry, man.
Paul Mills, I like M4 too, but it doesn't buy any better than K390.
I still have not even held a knife in either one of those. I got no ideas about it.
That's the Camara Meathead's asking about.
Ooh. It makes me sad. My dad used to be like, oh, I had that, but then I wrecked it.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, I had one of those, but then I wrecked it. Dude, my dad wrecked all kinds of fucked up cool cars.
Houndstooth interior. You can't see it in my picture, but that's Houndstooth.
Nice.
4-speed. It's a nice car.
Yeah, I bet.
I don't hate the Meathead, but I much prefer the 70.5.
What year's that one?
I didn't even think that's it.
Because like 3 of them are pretty close, but the tail end's a little different. Like,
Is
you
it
know,
69 Meathead? Meathead will know. He'll post it in a second.
I am Cornholio.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Coffee. Hey, what up, Cole? Broke ass.
Yeah, we've discussed that many times. That's the reason why I didn't like 15V. And I'm not telling you guys 15V is not good at all. I just didn't prefer 15V because it felt sleek to me. But M4, K390, Rex 45, they just have a really toothy, aggressive feel, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I like that in a knife too, man.
It's a 68. Okay.
That's dope. I always wanted to build fucking cars and just never got into it. Well, I mean, I built my Jeep and shit like that, but still got time.
Yeah, it's just so fucking expensive, man.
But yeah, that's the fucking thing, man.
And it's so misleading because you watch these videos, these guys doing it, just bolting thousands and thousands of dollars to your cars.
And I don't even want to do all that kind of crazy shit, man. I just want to build a nice car. You know,
and you have to realize that these companies are giving them those parts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Memo Crewwear is sticky as fuck.
Kevin Smith and Knives, what up?
I may stick with, for now, my plan is to stick with Crewwear as my premium tool steel.
I like Crewwear, man, for sure.
I kind of, stuck with Nitro V as my budget steel. As far as my premium stainless, I may do a poll on that. Right, I would rather have S90V just because it does way outperform MagnaCut, but S90V's just spotty about being able to get it right now. So I may end up going with MagnaCut as my premium stainless. I did auto restorations for 10 years. That's a cool job.
Kyle, you might be able to convince me to build you some. I'd have to see it, though. I don't know how they even look.
Maybe I'll tell you what I figured out about my Mannix as far as getting it dialed in. Is if you're having trouble getting it dialed in, just fucking lay it down and walk away. Because every time I've done that, like I'll spend an hour and a half trying to get it perfect and can't. I'll set it down, come back the next day, check it, turn the screw a couple times, and it's bam, it's dead on. But I've had that issue too. The Mannix 3 will be much better. I hate you, Chico.
What's FM mean? What are FM scales, Shane?
Huh?
What are FM scales?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kyle's comment. Third from the bottom.
Oh, the FRN. He don't like the Spyderco FRN scales.
Oh, is that like a material?
It's their cheaper. It is real.
Is that like plasticky shit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've got a Mannix 2 and FRN right now, and I don't carry it because of it.
I got you.
If you're in a situation where you needed that grip that those knives provide, it's probably second to none. But I don't enjoy it.
I'm not too lit. I just didn't know what it was. I don't own that shit, man.
DH, that M390 MK steel is just M390. They went to Crucible, like I said, and paid a little money.
Oh my god, WT.
They may have changed. They may have changed the quenching temperature 1 degree. They changed a little something so that they could name it to make it proprietary. But it's M390, and it doesn't matter if it's M390 or M390 MK. If you run it at 59 to 61, it's not great. Yeah, but I understand. Microtech doesn't. They want it to be tough, but I just don't understand the point of taking a high edge retention steel and saying, well, let's back off the edge retention and make it tough. Just take a good, tough steel and raise the HRC and give it some edge retention. That makes a lot more sense. But
I totally agree.
everybody does it the other way around. Everybody wants to take something like M390 that should be awesome and take what it's awesome out away from it to try to make it something else. Because even when you back that temp off to make it tougher, it's still not very tough. AWT is better. I love my AWT.
Man, there's a couple disc sanders I've looked at, man. I've thought about it, but if I'm gonna buy that, I can just get a fucking surface grinder.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be buying a new surface grinder. I'd be buying a fucking older one.
And
Well, they're around. I just gotta fucking do a couple things to fucking make it work.
correct me if I'm wrong, Donnie, but whether it's a disc sander, regardless of what it is, it's not going to be as exact as a surface grinder.
Correct. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. There's no
it's
substitute.
still up to you
Yeah.
whether or not you actually get it flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does a lightweight Manix blade fit on G10 with liners? Mimo Rochambeau just did a video on that yesterday. He took his lightweight blade off, his 15V lightweight. He took the blade off of it and put it on. I don't want to say that because he didn't actually put it on a factory G10 with liners. He put it on a factory G10 liner knife that he had replaced the scales of. So, yeah, there may be something else to that.
DH. Yeah, I played Microtex. I bought my ex-girlfriend one. It was neat and all, but whatever.
DH, I never did get your information, but I'd love to know if you had said something about wanting one. All you gotta do is let me know. But if you want a custom folder, then you need to talk to Donnie right there.
I will take care of you.
But I do think with Microtex marketing and all that, I'm not going to say I don't think they do a good job. They're just not as bougie as they make themselves out to be. They could be better. That's all I'll say. Yeah, he put it on a set of rock scale scales, but were those scales liner delete? Because that was the name of the video. Is you're not? They say you can't do this. So I don't know. The lightweight blades can be swapped into a standard Manix too, but the guts of the knife are different. Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Have they revised the M390 MK Kyle? You say that's the thing. How do you know? So after you buy one, is it old stock before they improved the heat treat? I don't know. Yeah, I think my favorite thing about Microtech is that they work with other designers. It's kind of like ProTech. You know, ProTech's TR series that is in-house is great, but you know, I didn't think I'd ever be.
That sounds lame.
I didn't think I'd ever be able to own a Chavez because they're all made in China, and now ProTech is going to release a Chavez. So, my rock scale Shaman liners are delete. Yeah, those
Like, I
probably
get wanting to make money, but like compromising your product to make money is fucking just shameful.
It's just really easy, man, and you don't have to add anybody that you don't want to. You don't have to make it
Fucking
shit show.
shameful.
You can just use it to talk to people that you choose.
I could be putting out mediocre shit and like making money, but I don't. So you know, fuckers.
Mimo don't mind FRN.
Fucking clowns.
Yeah, Jeffrey, I saw that. ProTech's doing the Synops. What do you say? But my thing with ProTech, I have all the ProTech out the side autos I need, and that's one. And I have a ProTech button lock. button locks seem like the perfect idea for me because of my dexterity issues. I've owned 2 Mordax button locks. I've owned bunches of button locks, and I just don't. Nothing wrong with them. I don't like them. I don't like the way it feels.
I don't like them either.
It feels, that lock doesn't feel strong to me. I just don't like it.
Oh, I thought it was nearby. It's not nearby. But no, I got a button auto, and they're not fucking strong, man, because the thing that locks it up, the little cylinder that slides over,
Yeah.
No one makes that cylinder out of anything worthwhile.
Right.
It's never a hard
It's hollow too, isn't it?
and it's always soft.
I think
Like, if you look at those things on a fucking button lock, there's always NARS on them because they're fucking always shitty.
I mean, Stevie tried batoning with his Protec, and just a few licks in it fell to pieces.
Yeah.
I just
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, and the weird thing is that with less parts, they could probably quadruple the toughness by just making it a button actuated top liner lock.
Yeah.
But it was the thing, and everybody wrote it until it started losing popularity, and now they'll probably go to the button actuated liner locks just to sell more knives. Yeah, Jeffrey, I would definitely be interested in the Sage 6 because it's not a plunge lock.
Man, it's going too fast. Fuck you guys. I can't read that fast.
Todd, you're probably right, but here's the thing.
Ooh, Kyle,
Are they heat treating?
On but I didn't know what it was made out of.
The question you have to ask yourself is: are they actually heat treating K390? Are they actually heat treating Rex 121? Larian pretty much, without saying it, said it in a recent video that they're not buying that steel from here. They're making it themselves, and nobody has ever proven to me. If it exists, y'all tell me. I'll go watch it. Nobody has ever shown me an example of Chinese S90V, any of those steels, that perform as well as the American versions do. Now, Lefty can tell you that it's American S90V. It is not. They just take that same recipe and they try to make it. And my favorite way to explain that is, if you had your mom's recipe for apple pie, would it taste as good as your mom's? You know damn well it won't. So,
DH, I generally make frame locks, but I also make liner locks. But yeah, just those two. But I will eventually get into back locks and slip joints. I've wanted to build one forever. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah. They don't want me talking about that shit. They get all mad.
Who?
It's mostly the YouTuber knife designer.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Well, not all of them. I don't have a problem with guys doing that, but
okay, Kyle, from Tie Connector, Kyle, that's dope.
It's the ones that try to talk like they know, and they know damn well it's not U.S. made steel.
So I retract. I should say few people use good parts in that area.
Right. But here's the thing: even if it was their steel, if China made their own S90V, the heat treated the 63, and somebody here got it and did an accurate cut test with it, and it performed the same or better, I would admit that. If it's the truth, I'll say it. It just hasn't happened yet. You can't convince me that any of this abundance of knives that are coming out of China with S90V are going to be as good as the one Donnie made. They're just not.
Matt, what are you trying to do to me, man? I can't do that. What the fuck? That's like some crazy Wolfgang Lorchner shit. Fuck you.
Lancelot said he'd take the first blessed knife slip joint.
Kyle, no. I buy shit from Tie Connector. I've just never looked at the button lock shit on their site because I don't make them. I guess I should have, but I'll check it out.
Oh, so he said Tie Connector makes a good button lock, plunge lock?
He said they make theirs out of 440C and their 58 HRC, which is way better than a lot of fucking button locks I've ever held.
Paul, if you had your Tri-Stash, whatever they call it, if you had it tested to find out what steel it is,
No,
it
I appreciate
may very well come back.
All right, dude.
It may very well come back that it's S90V, but keep in mind what all that machine is telling you is that it has these ingredients in it, and these ingredients put together equals S90V. What I'm telling you is, I would almost be willing to guarantee that your Tri-Stash in S90V, regardless of what the HRC is, let's say it's 62. If you tested that against some American S90V in 62, I'd be willing to bet that it falls way short.
You're talking about being on the spectrum. And Donna, what the fuck between you and Matt? Like, yeah, I'll build you one, but fuck me, dude. You know that's gonna be like $2K at least.
Yeah.
I gotta hand file a fucking integral. You know how much of a pain in the ass that's gonna be?
I had something happen the other day, Donnie. I don't know if you were watching. I was grinding Bob DeMarco's knife, and when I got done, did you see it?
No.
When I got done, dude,
I've missed the last couple of things you did.
There was a void in the blade.
Like
a little ditch.
Man.
If you can barely catch it with your fingernail, but you can see it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to scrap it. I'm going to finish it and keep it. But, I mean, I can't. Even if I could sand it out, I'm not selling it to the man. There's clearly something wrong with that piece of steel.
Yeah, if there's a void in it, man, that sucks, man. I mean, I'm sure it might never fail.
Donnie, I literally discovered it while I was Scotch-Brighting it. I was done.
That's rough, man.
I was like, what the hell? I thought I got something on it, and then I realized it's in the steel. So
no,
I got to start all over on his.
That's fucking tough. I've been there with a couple Damascus pieces back in the day.
This, R-Shear, is exactly what Larry and Thomas was talking about. They can copyright the name, but you can't patent or copyright a recipe.
Right.
So once they put out there that I'm going to make this as simple as possible. If you
Matt, if she's buying though.
Once you put out the ingredients of what S90V is, China has access to those ingredients, so they can just make it. And all I'm saying is, and they'll probably fix this eventually, but so far, every time they make one of our steels, and every time it's ever been tested, it's never been what it should be. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm sure Crucible doesn't like it, but they do it. Yeah, I argued with Javon about this. If you are the largest steel manufacturer in the world, China produces more steel than anybody in the world. Why would you buy a pallet of it in the United States and have it shipped to you when you can just take those ingredients and in a matter of a few hours make it yourself? I don't know why theirs doesn't come out as good. I'm not going to pretend to know why. And you're right, R-Shear. They don't abide by any code. They can do whatever the hell they want. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That's why I say,
be right back.
If you sell your design to China, and then you see your knife on AliExpress, you don't have a right to even complain because you knew who you were dealing with. I mean, it's no different than. Anyway. It's like loaning a guy $100 that's borrowed money from you 10 times and never paid you back. That's your fault. You knew that's what he does. So when you send a design to China and they sell it on AliExpress without you getting any of the money, kind of your fault. Or sure, I don't know what good it would do. I mean, that's why Larry made the video. It's been within the last 2 weeks, and he talked about that. You know that there is nothing that they can do. guys making the Alex Steiger Lanyard. Aiden, they didn't go out of business. They're just doing something else. Because was that not Jufu that was making the Lamia clones? And Jufu and Kunwu were the same people. So, if you're a fan of Kunwu, you are buying from a gross.
Gross! Ugh!
I didn't mean it gross that way. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Kunwu and Jufu, same people, sister companies. Joe, that needs to be said because you're right. Legally, Shane is wrong. The copyright laws do apply worldwide, but you can't enforce it over there.
Yeah.
The money it would take for you to enforce it is going to be way more than the money that you lost to whatever it was they cloned.
Milo, nice.
Yeah. Just like sprinkles. Jufuel it's Jufule 5-door. They were the ones making the Lamia clone. They're the sister company to Kunwu.
Who said Jew? What the fuck is happening in the chat? I leave for 4 minutes. We're getting all crazy here.
They aren't like that, Shane. It's not always Alabama. What are you talking about, Aiden? Who's not like that? Gross. Just gross.
Cole, man, yeah.
I just bought a Thug and
That's my
CPU
first
Crew wear off AliExpress.
So much happened. I was gone for like 4 seconds. What the fuck?
And at the end of the day, guys, the only reason I talk about this shit is because it upsets me that nobody wants to talk about the truth. And if you guys know the truth and don't care, buy whatever the fuck you want, man. I bought a Strider. I bought an effing Growl Strider clone. Everybody knows that. And it did lead me to me buying the real thing. All right, let me grab them, Cole. I need to grab some water anyway. Cole wants to see the stickers.
Kyle, I thought you didn't get into the weeds, man. Weeds? Shit, now nobody's talking to me. I don't got shit to say. The whole time, I'm trying to reply to motherfuckers, can't get a word in edgewise because Shane's a chatty Cathy. And now I don't got shit to say. So I'm going to clean this bowl out. And I'm playing nice, Donald. Shut the fuck. What the fuck? How was I not being nice, you cunt little bitch? God damn. So testy. Why are you testy tonight? We've been nice the last few times we talked to each other in the goddamn lives. This is what sets you over? A little comment about you being into the weeds? Are you doing something we don't know about? You been out in the garage, buddy? You been out in the shed? You been out in the shed with a pop can? Huh? Kyle, what? Edgy. God damn it. Fuck! I feel like my dad. Shane, I need one of those. That's so trashy, and I'm embarrassed to put it on my car, but it's going to go on my car.
Well, Cole designed these. And Cole, the only thing I will say, since Donnie brought it up, they don't feel...
I'm tired, I get it.
They don't feel like vinyl, so I don't know. I guess maybe I just need to put one outside and see what it does. I don't think they're going to hold up very well in weather, though.
I got to remember what we've watched lately. Oh, if you've never seen Logan Lucky, it's like a kind of a dry comedy, but it's fucking funny as fuck. It's got Channing Tatum and Adam Driver and old boy that played the newest Bond. What's his name? God, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
It's like a white trash Ocean's 11. It's fucking. We just watched it a couple nights ago with my mom. It's from like 2017, maybe. It's fucking funny, dude.
Roll, I'm glad you're here. We were actually just talking about you. Somebody asked if you could take the blade off of a Mannix light. No, it wasn't a Mannix. If you could take a blade off of a Spyderco Lightweight and put it onto a Spyderco G10, just a blade swap. And I mentioned you, but then I remembered that what you did, you swapped it to something that already had a scale.
Exactly.
That
Snail trail proof is what we really need it to be.
You swapped it to something that had been scale swapped and possibly liner deleted. So I guess the to make it quick, short, and easy, can you take the lightweight blade and just put it on a G10 knife? And Mad Yoko, I'm going to mail a stack of these to Kyle. So after he sharpens the knives and gets ready to mail them out, everybody buying a knife will get some stickers. I'm not going to promise you guys that I have time right now to sit down and fill out envelopes and lick stamps and mail everybody one. I'd love to get y'all some, but I'm not going to promise it tonight because I don't know when I'll be able to do that. But I'll get them out there in the community, as quick as I possibly can. I hope Roll didn't just say hey and leave. I'd really like to know. It is a fine sticker, man. Cole did an awesome job with that. And what's crazy is I just hinted at it, and before the live stream was over, Cole had designed it. That's why I was urging you guys, if y'all want to support, if you buy the T-shirt with this logo on it, I told Cole I don't want a dime. I hope he sells 1 million of them. I know he's not, but I hope he sells 1 million of them just to get some of his money from making the design. My knife better be SWAC, my guy. What does that mean?
What the fuck does SWAC mean?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll look at tramp stamp now. I got time for that. I think. Oh, there it is, Shane. Short entry, yes. The blade is a match on the spots that matter for lock. Okay, yeah. I was telling the answer was yes, and you had just done it, and then I remembered you had done a blade swap, and I wasn't sure if there was a liner delete and if that affected it. So,
Roll Shambo, what up, dude? I haven't been in your live in a fucking while, bro. I just never be able to catch it, man. I'm sorry. But what up? Big ups.
Sticker with a knife, buy one. That's not what I'm saying, Kyle. I'm just saying right this minute, I don't have time to. I don't have envelopes. I don't have stamps. Yeah, when I get a chance, I'll pick.
Cole, you better make some more edgy merch and just keep hustling that shit.
Yeah. And I thought long and hard about it too, Cole. You will take my money. I'll find out how to pay. Because Cole actually paid to order my stickers. Which is very sweet of him, but
yeah, those are nice stickers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I just set my logo into a new screen print company that's actually like worth having shit done by. So I'm about to have like way nicer shirts than I did.
Are you gonna have to buy those shirts though?
Yeah.
Eat the cost and then sell them accordingly.
Yeah, but
I'm sure that's the better way to do it.
Well, I don't know. I know there's ways around that. Like Stevie tried to tell me like not to do that basically, but it's a local place that's like 5 miles from my house. They've been around for a long time. They do a lot of local shit and they're cool. A lot of local band shit and you know what I mean?
Right.
And I'd rather spend my money in my city than not. So
I got you.
Keep it local.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we wouldn't have done that because, even if I had the money to have the T-shirts made or Cole had the money, you don't never, not knowing how many to buy, are they going to sell?
Oh no, totally. And I'm gonna do like a minimum order, which I think is like 25 shirts, and
right.
Because I want to start being able to give to be able to send a shirt with all my knives. You know what I mean? And now that I'm actually starting to get some business and like have people on the books and shit, like I'm starting to be able to do things like that. And I think my customers deserve that shit. So
Yeah, I remember you talking about that, Roll. I watched that whole video that the lightweight only had one washer. Yeah, I think we've probably all got some Spyderco washers laid around from somewhere though.
a hush mounting hardware. What do you guys? Hold on. What the fuck did I miss?
Sealed with a keister. Okay. But that's Todd Carr saying that. I don't know if that's what. Sealed with a kiss. Don, if you bring me the blade, I'll buy one for sure. Well, I didn't want to make any money off.
Kyle, you gotta fucking send me something about that. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Mad Yako, my bad. What up, dude? I haven't said hi to you.
Roll, I don't know if you saw my comment, but I hope you took it with the sarcasm that was written in. But you know damn well you ain't gonna leave them lightweight scales on that S40. You'll end up
I'll have them done.
scales on that knife. I could be wrong, but I feel like you'll end up putting scales on that knife eventually. A standard plain T-shirt only costs like $3 to $4 wholesale for screen printers. Hoodies are like $12. I got you. Yes, it's that screen print machine that costs thousands.
Oh shit, Donna, we're gonna have to celebrate. We have to go out. Do it big. I mean, hardware to convert a LW to standard.
You have to be part of some club to get them? Huh.
I feel like I just read Mandarin. I have no idea what's going on. I know it's a lightweight to standard Spyderco something. But how can just hardware change that? What the fuck is happening? Oh, due to the length of the hardware to make the scales work? That would make sense. Because of different thicknesses? Still confused though.
Terry, I tried to start the argument about Warncliffe or not earlier. I guess everybody's just burnt out on it. They didn't want to argue about it anymore.
Terry, I've been planning to get into it for fucking ever, man. It's just like another thing on the side that I haven't gotten to yet. Well, Matt, you know, I mean, I'm in for some dinner. You ain't gonna buy it, but I'm still in if it's for the birthday.
You're gonna go to that barbecue joint, get that beef rib.
Conversion kit. All right. That makes more sense.
Donnie,
what?
You're gonna go to that barbecue joint, get that beef rib.
I might get that beef rib. You told me it was banging.
I want to go back this year. Well, you said you tried it and it was really good.
Well, I had the fatty brisket, and that shit was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking good. I got it 2 years in a row. So.
I won't be able to go if I'm there. If I'm at Stevie's will, because I don't think he'll ever go back.
Well, that's fair. Well, we can find a new place. I don't give a fuck. I want to spend. Hopefully, you guys are closer this time. We can spend more time together.
Yeah.
I like to see you guys like once a year.
I just have to play it by the seat of my pants. You know,
I gotta fucking make my mark and make sure you guys are really annoyed with me before you leave.
Go on Friday and drive home. I don't know yet. I'll have to figure it out when the time comes.
Before you say it, Steve, I mean like really annoyed. And you owe me a pool game, bitch.
Aiden, I agree 100%, dude. But the only reason I'm not excited about a Mannix and Rex 121 is because I'm trying to get a Sage 5 in Rex 121. I'm getting the lightweight. I'm going to put AWT scales on it because if I had a Mannix 2 in Rex 121, I would feel like my Mannix 2 in Rex 45 would be useless. I know that's not necessarily the case, but I would feel that.
Persian food, Donna.
I'd be like, why would I ever carry Rex 45 if I have Rex 121? And I want to own them both, so that's my plan. I'm sure they will release it in Rex 121 eventually. After they get through flooding the market with Kyle's Spy 27.
Donna, how close were you guys to the spot, to the show last year? We were like 4 minutes away from the fucking place.
There's plenty of Sage 5 and Rex 121 laying around. Well, I'm trying to do a little bit of a trade with OCD, but if that doesn't work out, I made it. What are they? What have you seen them selling for though, Arshear?
War Room, what up? I didn't even see you, man. My bad. What up? What up? What up?
I would rather have the lightweight because I hate that color, so I'm going to buy AWTs for it anyway. So, Kyle 27. That's Kyle.
Oh, nice, Donna. That's real close. Yeah. The spot we were in, dude, it was like a, like Airbnb or whatever, and the chick was like, "Well, Ernie Messenger, he's like, you don't have anything listed about smoking on your page, and she was like, "Well, I don't care, just don't burn my shit." And he was like weed too, and she was like, "Just don't burn my shit." I was like, "Yes."
Paul, you're 100%. You're 100% right, and there's a good chance that I may get a lightweight in Rex 121 Sage 5, put the scales on it, and not really want to carry my Mannix anymore. That's entirely possible. So I don't know, but you're probably right.
All the herbs and the spices if you're rolling the blunts, I guess.
You got both the what ones? A $255 for the lightweight. It's pricey. Yeah, that is pricey. I got to spend another $100 on scales. I think OCD's what he's got for sale is a little more than that, but that's all right, man. I'll pay the extra to support a
shit. Somebody better take Kyle up on that shit.
community store.
Because sharpening that sounds like a pain in the ass. That's right, Donna.
There you go, guys. Anybody with a Rex 121 knife, you can get a free professional sharpening.
Yeah, somebody should definitely take Kyle up on that.
That's awesome, mate.
Kyle, one of these days I'm going to get something to you to sharpen. If somebody hasn't already sent something of mine to you to sharpen. Don, you got to smoke or drink to appreciate people having a good time, man.
I just don't want to pay extra for the G10 when I know I don't like that color, so I would end up changing the scales anyway.
Oh, Stone's making a breeze? I have no idea, man, because I don't work with that kind of shit.
Rochambeau, have you seen that happen? Do you know somebody that dropped it in the carpet and it broke? I'm not arguing. It may be entirely possible.
I get the pleasure of sharpening the serrations on a Craftsman.
Heck yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is the toughness on Rex 121 not really close to 15V? Aren't they within like a pound or two of each other?
This thing's on bearings and shit. It's actually kind of silly.
So I know looking at the toughness charts, you see Rex 121, Maximat, 15V. They're all right there, all jumbled up together. It doesn't look like there's much toughness difference.
Rough, Donna. I dated a girl and she'd get migraines. We had to rush her to the hospital and she'd get shots in her fingers, like in between her fingers.
You're wrong. Who's wrong, Stevie?
Aiden, I feel it, but I haven't fucking sharpened Maximat either. I've never even held a knife in Maximat.
I had some Maximat for a little while, but
Steve,
I made a
I'm
mistake.
sorry, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
I bought a PM2, forgetting that as much as I love
Better than the devil's dick. I love it. Tell your friends.
As much as I love Spyderco, the PM2 don't fit me very good.
Arshear, that just made me sad because there used to be a skateboard shop here my whole life that I grew up on, bikes, boards, and blades, and they're gone now, and that's what that reminded me of.
That's a very good point, Ryan. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I didn't think about
Dr. Drew.
Good point, man. Because I was looking at Larry's chart, so maybe Sean did figure out a way to.
Yeah, Donna. My aunt, well, my mom's cousin's wife. So my aunt somehow cousin. Oh fuck, we call her my aunt anyway. She basically has that same shit, man. That's not good. Some glass cutting steels. Aiden, what up? That sounds wild. Getting crazy with it. Bushcraft rebooted. Didn't see you in here. What up? What up? Did you just get here? What up? My fucking Bic died and my clipper sucks.
I've got some glass cutting still, Aiden. I've got some. I don't know if it's 1095 or 1084 or what it is, but it'll cut glass. Because that was years ago when I made that knife, and I didn't understand the temper process and didn't get it right.
Yeah.
But I took it outside and dropped it tip down, and it probably weighs a fucking pound. Dropped it tip down on the concrete. It didn't break. So I don't know. Bushcraft rebooted. Bushcraft rebooted. You actually do bushcrafty stuff.
He, I mean, I just started following on his channel, but he hit me up fucking forever ago about a goddamn slingshot, and I'm a fucking dickhead and just forgot about it for fucking ever, man. But no, he's cool. I was just on his live the other night. I don't know what he does, but he isn't having some fucking, like a hatchet at all times and all kinds of shit, so.
That's cool shit. The only reason I ask. I mean, I'm very interested in it, but I'm too
telling you,
lazy.
Stevie, it's rough times over here, buddy.
I'm too lazy to get out and do it. So, how much have you smoked already, though? Did you just smoke one of those?
A normal amount, man.
A normal amount for a.
Dude, I literally smoke weed like all day, every day. I don't know how you guys do not understand this. But I don't drink all day though.
Right. I've just always been curious about that. Like, do you have to do that to maintain your level of high, or is it just because that's what you?
Well, I mean, yeah, basically. Okay. I mean, I get real high for like 4 minutes, and then
See, I'm a super lightweight, so I could hit that 3 times, and I would be stupid for 5 or 6 hours.
Oh yeah, but I'm like a 20-year veteran now. You know what I mean? Of like every day, damn near. So.
Right.
Yeah, it's just different. Yeah. You just got to maintain that.
I wasn't being a smart ass. I was just curious because.
No, totally. Now, granted, I did just smoke a whole blunt, which I normally don't smoke whole blunt to myself unless it's nighttime, party time, which this is. Otherwise, I would have smoked like a Fat J.
I got you. The reason I asked
That's right, Arshir. I smoked a Stay High.
When my brother was at the height of his, he gets mad if I call it a meth addiction because he was better than that. He didn't smoke meth. He smoked ice. But when he was at the height of his ice addiction, I asked him one time. I was like, "Dude, you just smoked a chunk like 5 minutes ago. Doesn't that last for like hours? Why aren't you smoking again?" He's like, "Oh," and he admitted he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get any higher. I'm just smoking again because at this point, it's what I do."
Yeah, man, and sometimes, yeah, I mean, we just, like, I've always loved the art of smoking, man. Like, I smoke cigarettes for no reason. Like, I don't need to smoke as many cigarettes as I do. I just like to smoke them.
Well, Arshir, I agree, but he claimed that the ice that he got, the way it was made, was a cleaner version of meth. So,
$5. Me and Ernie were thinking about going down as visitors, but I'm not working it. That's for sure. But I still don't know if we can swing that even. I don't know if I can afford it.
Read that, Donnie.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just don't know if I can afford it, $5.
If I was high and I read Memo's comment,
I do got some new boots though. They're nice.
I wouldn't be able to stop laughing for a solid 10 minutes, and then I would forget what I was laughing at. Then I'd get paranoid about why I was laughing and couldn't remember what I was laughing at. That's my experience.
I feel you.
Oh, Kyle, he had issues for sure. You're 100% right. It's just I have been correct.
I mean, Kyle though, like meth and black and heroin aren't the same. There is a total difference.
He understands that. We're just talking about
Oh,
that concept of people.
oh, okay. My bad. I was like, hold on, what are you talking?
Because in my brother's mind, he was better than meth smokers because he smoked this more expensive, cleaner version of it.
Oh, my bad. I just missed that because I was.
But no, he was no better. He went
No,
down,
definitely no better. Yeah,
he went down the same
Awesome.
hellscape
Awesome.
all the rest of them did.
I am in full agreement. Baited.
But apparently they didn't cook it. They put it underground. They would dig holes.
What is this, like hummus or whatever that is, or haggis? What is that shit?
They would dig a hole and put this shit in there with this screen mesh, and the stuff would form and hang from it. They claimed it was a lot cleaner, and that's why none of them lost.
I just missed the whole point of it.
But he is right. That entire bunch, none of them lost their teeth. And he claimed that was why, because their shit was cleaner and it didn't rot your teeth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, I mean junkies are like that for sure, though. I mean, I used to hang out with a lot of them. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't on all that shit, but I
It's
lost
really-
a lot. I lost a lot of homies to that shit.
Yeah, it's really rough when you love a junkie.
Yeah.
You know, because typically you loved them before they became a junkie, so you got to watch them deteriorate. It's rough, man.
Yeah, man, because it was like, the people I lost were, friends I've had since high school. You know what I mean? And they weren't on meth in high school.
Todd, you're exactly right, and that scale, it's not a fluid rise either, because the jump from 64 to 66 may be just as different as the two you're talking about. That's why everybody hunts that sweet spot. But in my Nitro V at 64, how much edge retention am I gaining? Not much, but at the same time, Nitro V has so much toughness to begin with that if I lose a little toughness, I had toughness to spare. So, it's not like I could run it to 70 and double the edge retention. It don't work that way. If drugs require a hazmat suit, it's not meant. You're exactly right, Aiden.
Bushcraft. What the fuck? Dude, it's gonna be like negative 17 here tomorrow. It's gonna be fucked up.
We got on the topic of meth, and Todd Carr gets the train back on the tracks. Let's talk about HRC again.
Of the crack rock, like how hard is the crack rock? We're not sure, man. We haven't tested
Talking
it
about
yet.
HRC on those. I can tell you, when I see a Bipley, I get to 69 HRC, but a Newt has been 61.
You guys in the Bipley. I'm gonna put out, like, it's gonna be fully custom and nice, but it's gonna look shitty as fuck, like a child put it together.
You gonna make it out of OS 6?
Visually, it'll look shitty.
Dude, buy you some OS 6 or some fucking 3CR13 MOV.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Or all of the whole thing's aluminum.
Yeah. Well, according to Kyle, Spy 27 is aluminum foil too, so he tried to claim that he didn't say it was shitty, but he did.
Don, that's fucked up. I never liked taking prescriptions. Like, that shit freaks me out. But I used to take all kinds of crazy shit to party. My brain's fucked up.
Yeah,
Now I just smoke their
mine
booze. I should drink less booze, but
mine has to be over 67 because it'll cut glass. But like I said, that thing weighs a pound, man. I didn't do any lightning on it. I know it weighs close to a pound, and I dropped it tip first from my chest onto my concrete porch while I was on the phone with Kyle, and the tip didn't even snap. So it actually.
Demonoc, you snuck in here. I didn't see you, bud. My bad. What up? What up?
My bad, Kyle. You're right. I misremembered. You said BD went in. I'll let you guys know we ain't gonna make 3 hours tonight.
You say that every fucking week.
I know, but I can't tonight. I've got work I gotta go do. Since I can't work for the shop, I have to stay adamant about the time frames. You know, when I can do this and when I can do that. It's so easy to piss Kyle off. Ron, I think it's just easier to make him respond like he's pissed off. I don't think he's pissed off as much as you think he does. Hey, anyway. What's up, Gnarly Charlie?
Do I have a Discord, like my own personal one? No. What are you talking about? I'm on Discord on like a rapper dude's one and a knife designer's one, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't personally have my own like Discord. I don't know what you're talking about.
Discord was too much for me.
It's weird, and most of the time I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know.
It's just not walking up into a group of people who are talking about something that you have no idea about and trying to catch up, and I never can.
Arshir, I do not rap.
Or I'll get it.
I be writing rhymes sometimes.
I would get in a Discord,
but I don't actually do that.
And somebody would ask me like, "Hey man, you never answered my question," and I had to scroll for 15 minutes to find it. Because if you leave the notification turned on in a Discord full of people, it never stops fucking dinging.
No, I get that. It's too foreign to me right now. I just don't know a lot about it. You know what I mean? Like,
so I heard
subjective opinions and objective facts. No, that would be like a good rap album name. That's pretty good.
Mimo, I have 3 moderators.
I like it.
I have Kyle Coonley.
Hey, man, I always said my opinion is what I'm talking about.
Tina Turner and Dan Brock. And I don't think Dan Brock's been back here ever since I made him a moderator.
Yeah.
1.2 million followers.
Oh, well, shit. That's a lot of people. Until I do, I said, what up? I do have strong opinions about every side. It's not my fault. It's my mom's fault. You can blame her. I'm going to get my mom on here one night. You guys can let her have it because that's her fault. Everything about me, it's my mom's fault.
Everything about you up until the age of 18 was your mom's fault.
No, man, programming is real, and that's what parents do. You program those little fuckers.
I was programmed too. I just chose.
Yeah, but my mom was real smart, so it listened.
You were well programmed?
Kind of.
I guess.
I have now, grown past my mother in her old age, but.
But let me. That's how I knew you were a cool dude, man. Because so many people I timed out got their feelings hurt. Even though it was for 10 seconds. But you always took it on the chin. So I appreciated that. And it was odd how long it took Maddie to give you a wrench. Like anybody else I timed out, he'd instantly give him a wrench. But he let me time you out a bunch.
Ooh, let me get that. Let me get that.
Yeah, Todd, that's just like another example of that is I got a buddy that does deer processing. And this freezer box that he keeps everything in, it's just got a window unit in it. You think, well, a window unit can't freeze something. But if you manipulate the thermostat, it can. Well, Don, on said faction, that used to be...
No, Kyle, my mom. I don't think that was my dad's choice, bud.
That used to be like a christening when you came in.
He's a redhead.
If you ever commented you didn't have a wrench, we would time you out just to welcome you to the group. But it was just for 10 seconds. What's up, Evil E? Hit me with that bathtub emoji, son.
Evil E. I don't know what that means, but I like it. As you can see. Oh, it's a fucking skateboard banner.
Oh. My daughter skateboards, but I don't know if she does tricks and shit. I just see her skateboarding around.
Doesn't matter. I didn't do a lot of tricks. I just like jumping off of shit and grinding rails. That's it. I didn't like doing flip tricks and shit. I thought that was for nerds.
You don't like doing what?
Flip tricks. You know, kick flips, 360
In
flips.
other words, you weren't capable of doing it, so you called the kids who were nerds.
No, I can kick flip and do a bunch of that shit. I don't like doing it. I don't like technical shit. I didn't skateboard for technicality. I skateboarded to like scare myself.
Well,
I used to jump like 15 sets and shit.
Ryan, that makes perfectly good sense. We've all been timed out for Carl jokes.
Was I the best at flip tricks? No. Could I do them? Yes.
Carl never asked for a wrench, Todd. When I started the channel, or when I decided to have mods, I already knew who I wanted to be my mods.
Kyle, that's a good one. I like it. I like it.
I used to love jumping off shit too. It's called base jumping. Is that where you smoke the cocaine, then jump off something? Free base jumping.
Next live, I'll kick the live for you, buddy. If you want to challenge me.
Who's challenging you?
R shear, like an ass.
Oh, can Arshier kick flip?
I don't fucking know. I just want to call him an ass. Oh man.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm way too uncoordinated and unbalanced. I literally couldn't. I couldn't ride 10 feet on a skateboard without falling on my face.
Yeah, you know, it's its own thing, you know. I don't know. It was fun for me. I liked it. It was mostly about being by myself and like pushing myself to do shit.
Yeah.
Sure, you skated with the homies, you know, but most of the time when you're a skateboarder, you're alone, man. You know what I mean? Like you're just out alone.
Yeah,
R shear ollieing was my jam, dude. I could ollie onto a full size picnic table, dude. It was fucking awesome.
Is today Tyler's birthday, really?
Wait, whose birthday?
Matt Joko. And I should have asked him if it's okay for me to call him by his first name. I typically don't do that, but I just got in the habit of calling him Tyler.
Feedsack, it's your birthday?
Well, if it is, happy birthday, buddy. We'd sing it, but we get the channel shut down for that. Oh, he said no.
No. R shear, that's what's up, man. I wish we had people to film.
I don't know why.
I only got like maybe 20 minutes of video footage of me skateboarding back in the day ever. We didn't really, because we didn't have money for that shit till I got older, and then like I ended up starting to work, and I ended up quitting skateboarding because life's gay. Not quitting, but like I don't skate like I did. You know what I mean?
My board in purple, like my grandma gave me. I did wall riders as a teen.
Nice.
I think Stevie is correct. I think today is Gary's birthday. Did any of you guys watch Gary's video on his Wii high fin today? Because if you did, I was wondering if I was the only one that noticed. That video is probably the first time I've ever really witnessed happiness in Gary's voice. He seemed really excited about that knife.
I didn't watch the video yet, but I talked to him about that knife like a couple weeks ago, and he was like fucking stoked on it.
Yeah. I'm glad he's got that much joy out of it.
Yeah, Demonog, I can't really now. I mean, I can, but not like I could. My back is too fucked.
Kyle, you leave Gary alone. The last Ranger turned 60. Wow. God, I ain't far from it, but I'm gonna I'll turn 54 in 3 months.
Shit, I'm a fucking only 40. I ain't doing shit.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't answer my text today. Anytime you don't answer my text, it's got me.
Evilly, no shit.
I always immediately think that that the reaction was negative. I sure hope not, because it's almost done.
Paul Mills. I might act 30, but I don't think I look 30. Not with these bags. That's too much partying. It's just like boxed wine. Dude, I used to babysit these little piece of shit kids. They're like siblings of my brother's friend when I was younger.
Somebody please call DHR on those kids' parents.
Dude, no, these twins were terrible, man. They would like be hitting their parents' car with golf clubs and shit. They're little shit fucking twins. And I babysat them once, man, and they had box wine in the fridge, y'all. Whew, that was a great afternoon, let me tell you.
I don't think I've ever been. No, I haven't. I've never been intoxicated off of wine. And I take that back. Yes, I have. If you count Boone's Farm, but Boone's Farm's not really wine. That's malt. That's flavored malt liquor.
Boone's Farm, yeah, that's its own fucking substance.
Yeah. So no, I've never been intoxicated off of real wine.
Damn, that sucks evil.
I've heard the hangovers are hideous, though.
I don't get hungover, so I don't care. Like, I can drink whatever you give me, and I will not be hungover the next day. Throwing up and shit the night before, like, doesn't matter.
Well, we've already established, Donnie, that you are really good at doing drugs.
It's not my fault, dude. My older sister, she's a total fucking nerd. She don't get hungover either. She can't. I've tried.
So, I guess the Buffalo Bills won.
I mean, I don't know, Todd. For some of us ADH folk, I mean, it probably makes us focus more, but enhance? I don't know about that.
Well, see, let me. I was told, and that could have been misinformation, but I was told the grapes that they make grape juice out of does not make good wine.
Stevie, I can't be held accountable for my own actions.
Paul, I'm sorry. I was talking to Matt Joko. I sent Matt Joko a text earlier. I hadn't heard from him.
MD 2020, Cobra Boons on Friday night.
I guess I don't have a dog in the fight, so I guess. Well, no, in all actuality, since I don't have a dog in this fight, I'm not a Commanders fan at all. But I guess I'd like to see them win just because they would be the underdog, and that kid's a rookie, and people talk like, he wasn't going to be all that. Here he is. So, that'd be cool to see.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's just not good.
Toilet wine. I don't think Mad Dog 2020 is wine either, is it? Is it not?
No, that's like malt liquor or something similar. I don't know.
Yeah. It's amazing how good.
I didn't really fuck with that shit. We pretty much just drank liquor or beer,
It's amazing how good Boone's Farm tastes, though, dude. That Boone's Farm apple
Well, I
wine.
mean, yeah, the girls drank that, but we didn't. We just.
I could drink that shit with my meal, on my lunch break, whatever.
It's like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Hold my spitter. I gotta grab a beer.
Right. Yeah, Lemmy, I'm sure that was somebody like a wine snob was saying that those grapes don't make good wine. I wouldn't know the fucking difference. Because all good wine I've ever tasted, got a sip of, just tasted like Welch's with a little bit of vodka in it. Fuck woke Commanders. I don't know about all that evilly. I ain't looked into the politics of it. But like I said, I'm a fan of situations and underdogs and redemption stories. So it'd be cool to see Jaden Daniels win a Super Bowl. Even though I don't know him, he might be a piece of shit for all I know. Yeah, Mirsal, I saw something about that. I meant to ask Acid Test Kids his opinion on that, but apparently they were highly upset that they changed the name from Redskins, or at least some of them were. But I'm sure it was another one of those situations where it was white people thought that a whole race of people weren't capable of voicing their opinion or defending themselves, so they thought they needed to, and yeah. So in other words, Terry, you just hammered down some wine you didn't like the taste of just to get drunk. I'm sure that's probably the case with most people who've been wine drunk. Yeah, evenly, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I think that's one of the most racist things that you can do is to assume that a person can't voice their own opinion or speak for themselves or defend themselves. You know.
The fuck did I miss?
Nothing. We were talking about football.
Oh yeah, fuck
The
that.
politics behind certain teams. I don't know.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Marceau, yeah, that's why I never really got into it. I've had some fucking good shit all across the board, but I'm trying to get into cigars right now. I ain't trying to get into wine.
You say they folded, but at that level, there's no folding or standing up for yourself. You do as you're told, or you cease to exist. You know. Donnie, what beer are you drinking?
I am drinking Founders Centennial IPA.
Like driving a Pinto. It ain't pretty, but it'll get you there.
Problem in my pants, Kyle. They've always been saggy.
If people get off the internet and lived in the real world, they would see that most of these problems don't actually exist. I agree, Ryan. Or they exist at a much smaller realm than what people believe.
Terry, I'm just getting into it, so I'm just learning.
99.9% of my experiences with people of all different walks of life have been positive.
Lemmy, my homeboy Dirty Chris, he had a fucking baby shit green Pinto with a brown hood when we were in high school. And, man, it was dope. We lived in that shit for like 2 summers, dude. We used to play this game where we would flip cigarettes into people's open windows without them knowing. It was tight.
I got a Fats Waller LP box set because I do like it.
Alec,
I don't know what that is.
Is that like a dude on Insta, Terry?
I get most of my history now from the Fat Electrician, so I'm sure that's accurate. I don't know where Patina is tonight. Last I talked to him, he was trying to get shit off his car or off his roof.
Demon out, yeah. I wish I liked bourbon and whiskey. Like, I wish I liked fucking cream cheese, man, because everybody likes cheesecake, but I fucking hate it. I want to like it, I just don't.
I'm neutral about cheesecake. It's really...
I just don't like cream cheese at all.
I don't really care for the... It's about the toppings. Like, if the toppings aren't excellent, then I don't care for the cheesecake. So I don't know that I'm a cheesecake guy. I'm more of a cheesecake topping guy.
I feel you.
Fats has been dead for 80 years. The only Fats I remember was Fats Domino.
Let me get that. That's right, dude. You got to off-road it all, man.
And Fats Domino was the very first LP I ever owned. I got my first record player, and the only record I had was a Fats Domino album. And then my next record was total opposite, was Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits.
Kyle, that don't bother me. It's just too sour for me. Like, there's something about it. I like damn near every fucking cheese there is, but like certain soft cheeses, I just can't fuck with. I don't like cream cheese. I don't like brie. But I'll eat like mascarpone, which is really close, which is fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just some fucking slight difference. Like, I'll eat, God damn it, what is it? I won't eat, never mind, I'll come back to it.
Cream cheese frosting on cinnamon rolls is yeah, I agree, Todd. But I don't want a whole lot of it because I don't
I
want to.
get it. I just don't like cream cheese.
I don't want to numb the taste of the cinnamon roll. I just want a very
Merceau, yeah, dude, like a French buttercream or a fucking like anything, dude, like anything other than cream cheese.
I agree, Mark Parks. Fat Electrician is a very good storyteller, and I think it's awesome that that
Yeah,
guy,
some Gouda, always some Gouda.
in just a matter of a few short years, has made himself into a multimillionaire, just repeating stories that have already been told.
Yeah, I don't fuck with cottage cheese either, dude. My grandma used to just have like an open thing in the fridge with a spoon in it. And anytime she was in the kitchen, she would just eat a spoonful of it. It's the grossest shit ever,
Ugh.
man. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oof.
You probably eat that cheese that's got the maggots in it too, don't you? Whatever that shit's called.
I don't mind stinky cheeses, but like soft, sweet cheeses, I don't like. So like brie is kind of weird to me. Like I don't like brie. I like blue cheese, all the blue cheese, all that shit's good. Gorgonzola, that shit's good.
That's probably a fact right there.
Yeah.
Well, peaches
Ain't
and
wrong.
cheese.
Ain't wrong.
I don't know about that either, Crispy Critter. I don't eat no cottage cheese. It's a texture and aesthetic thing. And just looking at it, I know I don't want it. Maybe the greatest tasting thing I've ever eaten, but I will never know.
Evil, you been watching Waiting recently, bud? You can't be mixing the Southwestern, man. I thought you were better than that.
Todd, I'll get back with you. After, it might be tomorrow, but I'll get back with you.
Oh, I know what I was thinking about. Pastrami and corned beef. Very, very similar. Fucking hate corned beef. It's fucking disgusting to me. Love pastrami. Look at the log, bitch. Kyle. That's right. I'll give you the goat, motherfucker. Oh, and then Merceau with the goat cheese. That's right. Goat cheese is banging as fuck, dude. I love goat cheese. We've been putting it on burgers all the time. Paul, negative, dude. Negative. Mimo, fucking super negative, dude. Only ricotta. You can go the fuck home with your cottage cheese and the lasagna. That's fucking so foul. It's fucking vile. Vile.
It smells like shit. It tastes like shit 99% of the time. I agree, Paul. There's a reason why your brain, when you smell something, it tells you, hey, don't eat that. You should probably pay attention. You know, that's why when you smell feces,
Mimo.
when you smell feces, even as a small child, your brain tells you that it smells bad to keep you from eating it.
Yeah, that's why I don't do anal.
Well, that's a different conversation.
Debris was everywhere.
I want to try to make my own mozzarella. It is apparently super easy.
Dude, Ernie's been on my ass for us to make cheese for a while, man. Like, we make all this other shit from scratch. Like, dude, my fucking coffee shop friends, I walked in there one day a couple years ago, and two homeboys were hanging out. They're like, whisking this fucking like metal thing that they normally have coffee or cream in. And hey, you want to try this fresh cheese we just made? I was like, fuck yeah, I do. That's delicious. And it was.
Let me tell you something, Ryan. I believe that happened, and that's gross. But I don't think what people understand.
Woo!
I don't think what people understand is if you're going to partake in those type of things,
Yeah, most people are
it
not.
has to be
prepping
with
for it,
somebody. It has to be with somebody who is prepared for those type of things. So they.
That is the only argument I ever hear from you sick fuckers. And 99% of the time, motherfuckers are not spending a couple days to prepare for that shit.
Well, you're right. Then you don't do it. You absolutely avoid it.
Get out of here with these excuses.
You don't just meet a stranger on the street and want to do that. Huffing
I
has,
would fucking hope not, but
huffing has is different than smells gas. Are you huffing right now, Demonox? Because that makes no sense. Huffing.
Demonog, I went to this bonfire
My bad, Demonox.
15, 20 years ago, and I actually witnessed kids huffing gas out of a car, like straight out of the fucking car. It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And I've watched motherfuckers shoot up a whole bunch in my
Let me
life.
tell you something, though. That dude got higher than you've ever been.
I bet. But it was more disgusting than watching someone shoot up.
So, a nice change of conversation.
Transparent knives, I'm with you on that aspect.
That mirror stonewash that Brian did was fucking incredible, man. That was so beautiful.
Dude, yeah, his mirror stonewashes are fucking sweet.
I need to get with you soon, Brian, about kind of the procedure to certain finishes. Because some of them I've never done, so I don't understand them.
I don't, Terry. That's what I'm talking about. I got strict rules, homie. And it's not there.
Only cheese I've ever been successful in making was from under cheese. That's so gross. It's so realistic, Jeffrey.
Demonot, you fucking hopped airplane fuel?
Well, apparently I did it too, Kyle, because I read it out loud. I don't remember what.
He called the shit poop.
I just remember. I just remember the mirror stonewash and how beautiful it was. How was it that like Lenny and them used to do that thing where they would do a mirrored
Black.
stonewash? So it was
The black.
black, but it was mirrored and stonewashed. I don't understand how you accomplish that. Do you have to mirror?
I missed out, buddy. I had a conversation with a maker about that a long time ago, and yeah, you basically got to etch it, and then you like buff the etch, but not buff the black off. And
See,
then
that's the part I don't understand.
And then you clean it, and then you redo
It's
it.
really easy to buff the black off.
It is. So I don't know. We can go into this in further detail later, but
Not me, Mo. Appreciate you, brother. I'm in to. I gotta go pour some epoxy and fucking hit the sack too. So I was ready to pay up for a mirror stonewash. Paul Mills is always ready to pay up for some fancy shit. But I respect it. The man knows what he likes. He's willing to pay for it. That's what matters. I remember the first time I found a stack of Playboy magazines was at religion camp. They were the head guy's stash. Now the kids get it all. Yeah. Yeah, it's
at
right
least
there.
you had porno while you were in there, man. That sounds rough.
It's right there available for everybody now. Anyway, guys, I got to get to work. I've got people. I got people waiting on me, man. I got to do what I got to do. And now's the time to do it. So
Yeah, man, get after it then.
Y'all know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me, Donnie.
Yeah. Good,
Peace, y'all.
good
See you
Sean.
later.
Thanks for tuning in.